Some No Man's Sky players are panicking a little bit. When Sean Murray made his first big appearance since the No Man's Sky launch a few weeks back, he used one simple four-letter word: pray.
The game world of No Man's Sky is a big, near infinite space filled with stars and planets. One little corner of that space is known as the Galactic Hub, which is an effort by some of the game's most dedicated players to civilise and record at least a portion of No Man's Sky's vast, procedurally generated expanse. Currently, players in the game can only see other players as floating glowing orbs, but the big next update promises to add full-fat multiplayer. When Sean Murray appeared on Inside Xbox recently, the Hello Games founder talked about what players can expect from that update, which is due to land in July. Full-fat multiplayer means seeing other players in real time, exploring the game just as you are. The game's artwork for the upcoming Xbox One version, which lands alongside the next update, even features an image of 4 space pilots on its cover as opposed to just the one as it was when it originally launched. So does that mean the game will have PvP? Here's what Sean Murray told Inside Xbox, quote, "You can pair up together in a team and work together to survive. Or, if you're that guy, you can go and kind of prey on other people." He also tweeted with a list of upcoming multiplayer features as part of Next, one of which was dogfights. So, maybe?
So this is classic Sean Murray. You don't know exactly what he means. He gives you just enough information to make you wonder and speculate without actually confirming anything. You look at the tweet as well. The tweet says you have multiplayer this, and then it kind of appears out of context where he says dogfights, whether that's like PvP or PvE. In the context of multiplayer, it makes sense. Yeah, it's PvP. But it's not confirmed. This is Sean Murray. It's the Sean Murray factor.
Not often do you require detective work to figure out what features are coming up in the game. But,
and you can kind of maybe prey on people a little. What does that mean, Sean? Yeah. Whatever Sean Murray meant when he said that, a certain portion of the internet took it to mean PvP. It seems to have had some pretty unexpected consequences. The Galactic Hub Twitter account is already getting some oddly threatening tweets, while a Reddit thread popped up calling on all No Man's Sky mercenaries and pirates to cause chaos for the Galactic Hub. And this is what No Man's Sky player and high-ranking member of the Galactic Hub government, Andy Krychek, told Kotaku. Quote, "As soon as those words pray were mentioned by Sean Murray, we were targeted and threatened by numerous people. With this, it's only natural for us to gather defences in the best way we know how, and that's by banding like-minded players in one group who are dedicated to the Galactic Hub." Already, the peaceful No Man's Sky community of explorers and wanderers is sounding suddenly warlike.
Galactic Hub founder 7101334, that's the name, reacted quickly to Sean Murray's words and is talking about defence forces to respond to what would essentially be 911 calls over Discord from players that are being attacked by griefers. 710 started a thread on the No Man's Sky subreddit about a potential police force and shared his detailed proposals for how it would work. The Galactic Hub community was apparently overwhelmingly in favour of creating a police force to anticipate the launch of PvP in the game. There are already 75 applications from players wanting to join up, and it's not so much about keeping away outsiders or defending borders. It seems to be simply about defending players who don't want to be griefed from players who do want to shoot farmers and innocent explorers in the face. Here's a quote from the Hub founder 710. "The Galactic Hub has always been about one thing at its core, mutual benefit drawn from shared discoveries. Once we can shoot each other, it'll be important to have a peacekeeping presence in those areas. And one potential scenario is a big universe reset, which has happened before when the Hello Games development team regenerate the entire universe from scratch using an updated algorithm. If that were to happen, the Galactic Hub is already preparing plans to relocate and set up shop quickly elsewhere in space. No matter what happens though, the Galactic Hub government has warned players to stock up on money and ammo. Now, again, this is all because Sean Murray used the word pray and possibly the words dogfights in a tweet that he made. Just 3 words, and these are the repercussions of those 3 words. That's a lot of power in the hands of Sean Murray there, and I admire that. He's got all these people scrambling, organising defence forces,
preparing for war, essentially.
And that's not what No Man's Sky is about. So this is interesting. The fact that this is essentially a community of in-game explorers, scientists maybe, people who just want to look at things and resource things. Farming, you know, trying to get resources. That's what the game is about. Adventuring, exactly. Suddenly, there's a defence force. There's a police force. There's, you know, they're preparing for war. Stock up on supplies and ammunition. Yeah, it's quite funny to see this from the outside. It's quite a nice story as well, I think, just to see how the community is working outside the game. I always like that. I always like when people are organising on Reddit and on Discord and stuff, and making their own fun. Basically what's happening.
It's essentially what people wanted from the start with No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
they wanted this multiplayer. They wanted this emergent type of fun, right?
Yeah.
Like they wanted to make their own stories, and this is what this is. This is a story. It's dramatic. Like this guy getting over dramatic, like making these quotes. Oh, as soon as PvP is turned on, there'll be war essentially, and that's fun. It's a fun story, and it's part of the charm of EVE Online because there are all these types of stories. There's always someone stabbing someone else in the back and making a name for themselves in that game. And it looks like if this is actually what happens, because we don't know for certain yet, if this is what happens in No Man's Sky, then we might get more of these stories in future. For one, it might be a fun place to be for another, and it opens the door for loads of possibilities for fun in future.
I really like No Man's Sky for being a lonely exploration of space. And my first reaction was, I don't want a war game. That's not what I got in it for. But when this is where the actual practical benefits of it being a massive procedurally generated thing is, you have to go and look for this. You have to go and find the Galactic Hub and that community and hang around them. And that's where this is going to happen. They're afraid of griefers and stuff, and they're going to be targeted because they're like they're a magnet, they're a beacon for players to go to. If you don't want to be involved in that, it's fine. There's plenty of space that it'll never be explored by any other players. That's how big the game is, and that's the first time the practical reality of having infinite, types of planets is actually feels like a real benefit and a real thing that will be good for No Man's Sky players who don't want to be involved in that, like fighting and stuff.
This raises the question for the adventurers and wanderers and the peaceful type of players who just want to play the game. Are they going to be griefed randomly? Are they going to come across someone, a pirate, who's going to kill them?
I think it's too big. I think the universe, it might happen, but I think
it could happen. Yeah. And it's always a question mark. But will they opt into a mode like they do in GTA 5 Online, for example, where you can just turn off the PvP option and just appear like a ghost going through the world and just be on your merry way? Because I'm all in favour of people not being griefed when they don't want to. Let's put it that way. So does this sound more like the No Man's Sky that you were anticipating in the first place? Let us know down in the comments below. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out another video on your screen there. Support us on Patreon using that link there. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.